Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold of franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka King Too Cold in the building, bro. What's going on?
Not much, man. It's Tuesday night. I guess I don't even want to say that. I don't even go right with that. It's Tuesday night. NXT 2.0 on. Apparently we're gonna get a surprise from AJ Styles tonight. He's supposed to show up and address Waller, I guess, for his actions and his comments, man. So other than that, man, it is what it is, man. We're gonna see what happens. Leo, what's good, man? I see you got your tickets, man. The AEW correspondent ready for action.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So before I get into the match card, man, as you see on the ticker, it says, "Can AJ Styles save WWE NXT 2.0?" To me, man, I feel like this is very much left field. I mean, you have never, I mean, outside of Sasha Banks and Bailey, I don't think we've ever seen someone at this established on the main roster come back to NXT, especially somebody who's never been to NXT in the first place. And then, of course, it's Grayson Waller, out of all people, that he's coming back to feud with. So it's clear that they're trying to get my man's the rub. Okay, so I'm looking at this one or two ways, and I want your thoughts on this. So Grayson Waller, he had a hell of a showing at NXT TakeOver War Games. Well, not TakeOver, NXT War Games, excuse me, no more TakeOver. NXT War Games had a hell of a showing. Then he came out and whooped the holy hell out of Johnny Gargano, sent his ass packing like a ton of bricks. And now we got the phenomenal AJ Styles. You could say arguably one of the best wrestlers in the world, even probably the best overall wrestler in WWE. Now, some can say, you got Randy Orton and a couple other people, but my money is on AJ Styles right now. Now, they got AJ Styles going down to NXT, man, to confront this young man. Too cold. Do you think, and I know this is probably counterintuitive here, but do you think that this is NXT's way of trying to pull in some ratings, man, with the phenomenal one making his way down to NXT?
Of course. Why? What else are you doing it for? But this is also showing that Vince finally understands that this is what you should have been doing years ago. You had the opportunity when NXT showed up to SmackDown and took over. That was your perfect in right there. You couldn't have did it no better way than that. And you didn't even really do that on purpose. That's the whole thing about it. You didn't do it on purpose. It happened by accident. And it was so perfect. And it led into the Survivor Series, which was great. And everyone loved it because the way it showed out. And it's like one of the best Survivor Series we really have gotten in a long time. But man, of course it's a ratings grab. What purpose does it for AJ? He's in the middle of a story with someone else. What purpose does it take for him to go down to NXT? I can see if he wasn't involved with Almost, if the breakup didn't happen already, if they were still building and he just happens to go down there just on some BS. Okay, kind of cool. You ain't really, but now it's like you done further the story on SmackDown, so now he gonna go fight somebody else smaller than him. I don't know. It kind of undermines it. For me sometimes, you're just like, why do this? Why send him down? But on the other side of it, it's AJ Styles, and you hope they do something good with it.
Right.
Just being AJ Styles, and just and I don't know. Maybe we'll see a good match out of it. And if we get a good classic match out of it, a good NXT style kind of classic match, then hey, I'll bow for it. Hey, you know what? That was actually a good plan. Okay, Vince, I liked it as far as a wrestling match.
Right.
Just how's it going to make sense? As far as you having him there, what's his reason for being there?
All right, man. Now we talked a little bit about AJ. We can finish up with AJ, but I want to kind of get through the rest of this card because it looks like a pretty decent card, at least on paper. We got Dexter Loomis versus Trick Williams. We got Von Wagner. He'll be in action to be determined who he'll face. We got Pete Dunne going up against that boy Tony D'Angelo, who is super over right now. Of course, we got Grayson Waller. He's going to confront AJ Styles. Excuse me, AJ Styles will confront Grayson Waller. But then, man, we got Raquel Gonzalez, man, Big Mommy Cool versus Dakota Kai in the street fight. Tuco,
Other
overall,
one,
like I said, yeah. Like I said, on paper, seems like a decent card. You kind of took the words right out of my mouth, though, with the Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai situation. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, man. I don't want to be that guy that complains because once upon a time we wanted more specialty matches, and now it seems like we're getting them. But the problem is, to me, I feel like we're getting them just to get them. I don't. They're. It almost makes them feel just as unimportant as a regular match because there is no story really being put behind these matches. You know, I mean, when you have a hardcore match or a street fight or hell, a hell in a cell, those are matches that were used to blow off or cap off a rivalry. Not something you did just in the middle of it just because, and then you're still trying to find a way to end it. Like I said, overall, like I said, match card seems pretty decent. But what are
right?
your thoughts
In
on,
Tampa
on
and Breaker talking shit to
yeah,
each other. So,
like what are your thoughts? Because I'm seeing what Vince is trying to do. I'm seeing what NXT is trying to do. They're bringing back that veteran presence to really build up these young guys and girls. I get it. Um, it seems like they're slowing down a little bit, but at the same time, it still kind of seems like they're all over the place. Do you think we just need to give it time, or do you think NXT 2.0 is lost on the fans?
no, it's lost on some fans, but it still needs time because there's certain people, there's certain of the new people. Okay, like Breaker, people are starting to either like or dislike Breaker, but he's getting the reaction.
Yeah,
Uh, D'Angelo, same thing. Waller, same thing. Carmelo Hayes, same thing. Trick, same thing. Like
me too.
there's certain
Yeah,
younger people that are getting over, regardless if it's hated or loved, and they're getting a reaction. They're doing good, so that's a
right.
good thing. Let me be honest, that's a good thing. Um, Lena Champa, like sitting here watching this, letting Champa be Champa and really kind of school this kid to what it is to be the best. Like I'm not down on this. Like maybe it needs to get to a certain point. I mean, it was only 7 minutes in, but knowing Champa, he's gonna have some gold for us to to just be like, ooh, okay, that's that OG. But
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I, I I'm not. I was down on the too much of the too many promos. Like I get just too many people. You still trying to throw too many people at me. They've kind of calmed it down a little bit, or I just be fast forwarding it a lot and I just skip through all the BS. Either way it go, uh, I'm more focused on certain people,
yeah.
and right now for the people that they're giving me, I'm good with. Um, Others like GYV, I'm oh my god, man, I am just so I am not disgusted with them. I am disgusted with Vince and them for what they're doing to them. Oh, and Champa just slapped the dog shit out of Breaker. Okay, all right, now we about to get serious.
And you know what? Like you said, I have noticed. It
Oh,
seems. Oh
choked
damn.
his
Okay.
ass
Well,
up.
I just seen it, bruh. I feel like you. That's so Raven. You seeing it in the future. But yeah, dude. So I have noticed that WWE NXT. It seems like they've kind of honed in on their new talent that they want to focus on right now. I mean, on the male side, you got Tony D'Angelo, you got Braun Breaker, you got Carmelo Hayes, like you said, Trick Williams, what's his name? Duke Hudson. On the women's side, you got Toxic Attraction, you got Cora Jade. So you can kind of you can tell like they got their feelers
Yeah.
out right now. Really quick, man, before we wrap this up, I want to ask you, what do you think about WWE's NIL Next in Line program, which is pretty much, basically we know college football and the NFL and all these other sports are doing now, where you're kind of, developing a clear pathway for those who play basketball or play football or in college and they want to transition into WWE, but never might not necessarily thought about doing it before, but give them a clear pathway to doing so. I guess, and somewhat making it more legitimate. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Um, it's going to be interesting. I want to say it's going to be good, but I don't know. Like you're going to get a lot of these people. How many of them are going to really be great or good enough? Like and with WWE because it's so gimmicky and commercial, it's just like are you really going to go for pure athlete or are you going to go for comedy? Like I can't trust that you're going to go and give me I'm not I'm you know what? Okay, let me just stop. Okay. WWE will always be world entertainment and sometimes wrestling. And we hope that they'll lead them to a great path to maybe do other things, even if it's not just wrestling, maybe if it's other sports or whatever. Uh Damn. All right, well, there they go. They kicking off the street fight. Uh yeah, we're gonna get out of here before this get too crazy in. But I don't know, man. We'll see how it works out. Um just with the way WWE's firing people, man. I just man, I don't know. I don't know. But they gotta try. I mean, if this is the way Vince wants to go, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do the indie guys because he can't control them. So he wants to control everything. Now we'll see how this works. And hey, uh, good luck to him. We'll see what this. We'll see.
With that being said, man, this street fight is getting crazy already. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation Wrestling Podcast. Man, we come right back in about maybe hour and a half, whenever the main event starts to kick off. So about 9:30, 9:45 ish, man, we'll be back on here, give y'all that NXT 2.0 review. But until then, man, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.